Sagittarius, my name is Tianah and welcome to my channel Inspired by Ease. And I just want to welcome all the new subscribers that have come on recently. I really appreciate you, and it makes me happy that you are liking my content and we're growing as a tribe together on this spiritual journey. Before we get into your amazing reading, Sag, and interesting, I just need to say that of course this is a general reading. I work with 2 oracle card decks, not so much tarot these days, it's just my vibe. And you can swap around the characters. I might be talking about you or a really important person in your life. These also aren't date specific, or they don't have an expiration date. So this might resonate with you now, or you might be watching this from a year from now. And if it doesn't resonate with you, feel free to check out your moon and rising sign, or just let your intuition guide the way. And there might be other messages that I have done that don't have anything to do with your sun, moon, or rising sign, but just really resonate with you. So feel free to do that as well. And without further ado, let's get started, Sag. So only one card wanted to come out for you with the first card deck that comes from my Sacred Geometry card deck. And Sacred Geometry is the language of the soul. So even if you don't cognitively understand all of this symbology, your soul does, and you can think of it as energetic medicine that you and your body need right now. And you got compassion. And the 1 and the 5 come to a 6, which is all about love, harmony, and appreciation, which is definitely compassion, and it's green, so that is synonymous with the heart chakra. So there is some heart opening and heart activation going on here. I am also feeling pulled to say that that you are in some kind of scenario that is challenging your love. Perhaps a very tricky person and to love, perhaps a child or a coworker or a romantic partner, but someone that is kind of challenging your patience, I feel. And yeah, I feel like I'm already getting that it's felt frustrating for you. And so yeah, let's just jump into the fairies, because I feel like they have a lot to say, and maybe we'll come back to this card. But definitely your overall energy is around compassion, or I feel like someone has kind of like pushed you beyond your boundaries or your limits of what you can stand. And of course, you are a very compassionate person, of course. But for whatever reason, there is a person or a situation that is kind of challenging that. It's all very interesting. So I'm feeling some wishy-washy back and forth energy that is going on. Let's just adjust this really quick. So we have the Journeyman, and we again have the 15 up at the top, which comes to a 6, which is all about love, harmony, appreciation. And I feel like you were fed up with this person or circumstance, and you just decided to walk away and move on. But with the cards here, it seems like it seems like maybe you did it kind of out of haste or frustration or anger, and you just said, fine, it's over, or I'm done, or I quit, or something. And this could just be like you decided to just take a break, or you just full out like completely left or terminated this connection or whatever it is. But I do feel like it was left in haste, and I feel like there is, and I feel like now, you might be kind of like beating yourself up. So the compassion is mostly for you here, but I also feel like it's for the other person, because I'm sensing that that maybe you didn't have the full picture on this other person or this other scenario. That there is a lot more deeper stuff going on that maybe you weren't aware of. And so now I feel like with this space that you have, you are kind of getting clarity of mind. And we have Tobiah of the Waters here. So I feel like you left in this anger or this haste or this frustration, and you thought that you were just like, I'm totally done, and so you left, and now you have this space of mind, and then you're like, oh wait, I kind of wish I would have done things differently or said things differently, or I wish I would have heard them out, or something along those lines. Or it was just all about you, like it wasn't the best reflection of you, or they really pushed your buttons, and they just they're just like one of those people that just like really tests you and just doesn't really bring out the best in you, but and because they push your buttons so much, but you still, for your own integrity, you wish that you would have done things differently. So now you're feeling a little bit more peaceful and a little bit more calm and a little bit more like yourself. And I feel like you're kind of in this reflective state of your emotions and what this all is and what it all means. And you're in this place of compassion more. Or at least you're seeking compassion, or you might be beating yourself up about it, but Spirit is wanting to tell you to have compassion for yourself. This wasn't an easy person or a scenario or anything, and anyone would have responded in the way that you ended up responding, and there's nothing wrong with that. But of course, we're always growing and improving and evolving, and there's always room for improvement. So there's some reflection about the emotions, because there is a lot of water here. So I feel that there are two things going on. There is just an absolute release of, maybe now that you left, you can kind of cry about it and kind of let it all go. And then you are also reflecting on your past emotions, and going over that, and maybe finding forgiveness for this person and for yourself. And but I do feel like there is some confusion. There is some confusion here. This is very interesting, Sag. Very, very interesting. We also have the 3 and the 7 up at the top here, which comes to a 10, of course. And to me, this represents promotion and up-leveling, and maybe an leveling of perspective. You're gaining a higher perspective on all of this. And I'm sensing that whatever this was some sort of spiritual soul to soul agreement. Some would say maybe karmic, but it was as painful and not fun as it was. It was kind of pre-agreed or pre-arranged for your soul evolution, and I feel like now Sag is like, oh really, for my soul evolution, which I totally get. Believe me, I get it, because yeah, I'm sensing a lot of frustration and anger and pushing of buttons here, but you'll look back on this and I think and be able to really see how much this person or scenario taught you. So this is very interesting as a reader because I'm getting a lot of mixed messages from spirit saying that because we have Tianah the self, and I was sensing some kind of wishy-washy back and forth because I feel like this decision was not made in a calm, centered, aligned place. This decision to walk away, yeah, it was done out of just unhappiness, instead of a very calm place. So now you have Tianah the self, which represents, 180-degree turns, making U-turns, a fast changing in direction, an increase in energy, becoming lighter, quick on your feet. So I think for some of you, I'm tuning into a dynamic of, those off and on relationships. I don't know if I'm tuning in with a Sag that decided to leave and then got, or made some kind of rash decision in the moment, in the heat of the moment, and then got clarity and peace of mind. I'm also getting like anger management issues as well, either from the Sag side or their partner side, or whoever they're dealing with. But I'm getting lots of anger. And then for others of you, you are continually walking away, but the direction that you thought you were going in wasn't the way that you were going in, but you're not going back to that old scenario that wasn't serving you. So there are different storylines that are going on for different Sages that I'm connecting with here. And if you do find yourself in this off and on kind of relationship dynamic, I just really encourage you to really tune into your heart. And just because you start having compassion for this person and understanding for them, why they do the things that they do, or why they push your buttons, or whatever it is, and just because you feel like there is all this water here and you really love them and you really care about them, it doesn't, just because that there's love there, it doesn't always necessarily mean that you should be with them, and that they're for your highest good and you're for their highest good. Sometimes there's people in our lives that we do love, but for each other's highest good, we need to walk away from. And whenever there's this push and pull dynamic, that indicates some unhealthy paradigms that are going on. Not to discourage you from being with them, but I just really want you to be safe and to be healthy and happy and to do what's best for you, because these scenarios can be very confusing, very confusing. Okay, so the next card that we have is Iris of the Rainbows. So I feel like wherever you are, once you, I do see you getting grounded later on in this reading. So there is this hope for a beautiful future and love and rainbows and all of that. And we do have the Singer of Transfiguration. So for those of you that are into twin flames and soulmates and all of that stuff, this person very well could have been a false twin flame, and there was a lot of mirroring going on, but a mirroring of each other's shadows, and that's why it was this very fiery. We have fire, and I was sensing anger and just lots of heat and frustration and all of that. So yeah, I'm getting that that's why there was all of that, and that's why maybe this other person or scenario was bringing out the worst in you and pushing your buttons and things like that. So but this all has been very transformative and has actually been very enlightening for you, and is putting you through this transformation process where fire actually renews things. So when there's great big wildfires that basically destroy these forests, it actually one gets rid of all the decaying trees and plants and everything, but it also remineralizes the soil and makes it a lot more conducive for new life to grow and to flourish, paradoxically. So all of this heat and this anger that this person or scenario put you through was actually this renewal, rejuvenation process, an enlightening process, believe it or not. And so there is this new hope of a future, and there is a softening that's beginning to happen, and an understanding that's beginning to happen. And we have Tom on the Poet. So I see you doing a lot of inner reflection, going into the hermit mode, and really digging deep and thinking about all of this and gaining a new perspective. We have the Topsy-Turvets, and this is a really great piece of artwork because it can be seen from all angles. All angles. And it's just really amazing. So I do feel like for the Sag that I'm connecting with, you made the right decision to walk away, and maybe you didn't walk away in the best way that you would have liked to, and you can certainly revise that. And maybe that's why Tate the Sylph is here, because you're having this internal change inside of you where you're able to forgive the person or that group of people, and you're able to forgive yourself. And now you have this wonderful new hope and vision for the future, because you have changed and transformed so much inside, and you're beginning to have a new perspective on all of this and not hold any resentments or judgment against this person or group of people or scenario. And yeah, I just see you doing a lot of inner reflection and healing, heart healing, and a lot of releasing. And I feel like you, we have the Oak Man here, And so I'm feeling that, one, you are understanding that whatever this was, you had deep ties to. It ran really, really, really deep. And so for some of you, this might have been a family dynamic or paradigm. So family pains and traumas and wounds that ran really, really deep, that you were born to transform and transmute and transcend. And then for others of you, you had spiritual agreements with another person that you had really deep ties to, but it wasn't for the long term. It was a flash. It just came in and left. It left as fast as it came in. It was this flash in the pan thing that maybe you thought was going to last for a really long time, and things weren't how they seemed to be, and so you were starting to come to terms and understand all of this, and that it really was for the benefit of your spiritual evolution. I'm just the messenger. And I mean, I totally can relate. So I don't want to sound patronizing or condescending or anything. I'm not negating the intense. I mean, I'm the reader. I can feel how intense all of this was. But it really was for your own spiritual development, and this person, as difficult as they were, they taught you a lot about yourself and about other people in the world and everything. And you can also see that he has these. So this also represents partnership, or a collaboration. But I'm just feeling that you have these guides and angels and support that's really surrounding you at this time of healing and transformation. And I just love his eyes. And here, I mean, they always change, but here you can just see that they're just full of compassion and being able to look at that other person with compassion, after you do all of this healing. The love that you felt for this other person, or scenario or whatever it is, did run really deep. You aren't losing your mind. And we have 4 and the 7, another 11, more twinning, more reflecting, more mirroring here. So there was a lot there, but that doesn't mean that the two of you were destined to be together. And they were just there to help you evolve and to help you learn and give you some kind of tools or keys or something that's all part of your soul purpose and mission in this world. And that the universe is totally supporting you, totally cradling you during this time. So, I was talking about fire, and I feel like you were totally uprooted. This person totally uprooted you, from a lot of things. Maybe, if this person just totally pressed your buttons and you would react in a way that totally wasn't you. So you were off-centered, you were off-kilter, you were not rooted, you were not centered, or this person put you off balance and off-centered. Now with this space and distance from this person, you are starting to ground yourself and feel more centered and to feel more whole inside and more peaceful. And we have, there's a lot of green going on here. I just see this as you moving forward and not looking back. This is Loathwat's the Wild, and his motto is faster, faster, faster. So I just see you just keep moving forward and keep going on. And yeah, I felt your energy shift. So yeah, in the beginning you left in anger, and then you were able to get this space, and then you were able to be like, oh, did I make the right decision? Did I not? I have more compassion for this person now, or I have more compassion for myself, or I've learned. And then you started to really do this inner reflection and gain a new perspective and really ground yourself. And now you're just like, oh yeah, I totally made the right decision to leave. And I'm not just walking away, but I'm running away. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And you have your eyes on the prize. There's this new hope and this new vision that you have for your life now. And it's all bringing you in total unity and wholeness and groundedness and centeredness and peace. I'm still sensing a bit of a as you work through this energy, I'm still sensing a bit of a back and forth of, oh, I have compassion for them, and no, I'm so angry at them, which I feel like Loathos the Wild is. It's like that state of being where you're totally fighting against something, where you're totally resisting something. That's what I'm kind of getting off of this card for you, Sag. And so you are definitely going through this process of forgiveness, if that applies, of release of some kind, and healing, so that you can come into total unity with yourself and with your grand vision, your new grand vision and hope for the future and your life, and being able to create the life that you want, that is a lot more suited for you, and being able to be around people that are a lot more loving and beneficial for you, that are in your highest good. And so we have a lot of green and we have a lot of blue. So I am sensing that that you, Sag, need to express something. So whether it's like expressing, like hitting a pillow, if you need to hit a pillow, or you need to go out into the wilderness where no one can hear you and just scream and get it all out, or write a letter that you'll probably never send, or something, just to get it all out. And yeah, I'm feeling that there's something that needs to be expressed. You have a lot of blue, so something needs to be expressed. There's clearly a heart opening, heart activation, heart healing going on for Sag. And then there is also a spiritual evolution, which is purple. You do have some purple too. So yeah, a spiritual wisdom, spiritual evolution, and then, which is all coming from the fires of hell. Oh gosh, Sag, that's intense. And then we also have gray. So I'm wondering, because there is so much emotion going on here, I'm wondering if there is an aspect of you that is vacillating between these extreme emotional states of compassion and anger, and then another aspect of you that's just wanting to just kind of numb out and not feel much. Ooh, I really feel for you, Sag. This is quite a hefty reading. Let's see. I'm just gonna wrap this up really quick, and if you would like to the extended reading that I do privately, then you can feel free to join me there. I will provide the link down at the bottom, but in summary, I am connecting with a Sag that left some kind of very toxic environment in anger, and then was kind of having doubts or maybe regrets about how they left things. And they went through these very transformational fires of hell of some kind. But you are gaining insight and clarity and new perspective and heart opening and grounding and centering, and you have this new vision for your life, and you are coming into more wholeness and completion and integration. And I just have to say, to just whatever you do, please don't numb out, even though that's what you really want to do. Just allow yourself just compassion, Sag. Just give yourself as much compassion as possible. Give yourself as much time to process all of this and to heal from all of this. By all means, relax, take your mind off things, watch a movie, go for a drive, do whatever you need to do to kind of escape, but don't numb out, don't suppress all of this, and just allow yourself to go through this whole process. And when things come up, let it come up and heal. Be strong. You are so, so strong. And I don't necessarily hope that this reading resonated with you, but I really hope that you were able to take something away from this. And if you want to dive more deep into all of this with me in the extended, then by all means join me. The link will be down below. Wow, Sagittarius. My heart really goes out to you. I'm sorry that you have gone through so much, and I'm sending you all of my compassion and empathy, and you will get through this, and you will heal, and you will come out the other side stronger and better than ever. Be kind to yourself and know that you are never alone. I love you so much. Bye.